Good morning, Hank. How you doing, sir?
Hey, good morning, Martin. I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Man, I am so glad that you are up and at 'em with us on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. Hey, kind of give us a rundown on what did the news mean to you guys? I mean, visits canceled, contacts canceled. Tell what can the coaches do right now with the limitations of recruiting that's been placed on them?
Yeah, it's essentially just a dead period. We have a couple of those every year. We had one in February this year for the entire month. We typically have one in June and July, or July and August during the summer as well. So basically, what the coaches have the ability to do is, carry on as if it's just a dead period where you can use Twitter to stay in communication with recruits. You can text. You can use the phone, FaceTime. Obviously, all those tools to stay in touch and make sure communication is still open with your big targets. The only thing they can't do is obviously in-person contact on visits or sending coaches on the road, which is also kind of a big thing that might get affected this spring if everything continues as it's currently going. Is coaches get out on the road typically around mid-April through the end of May, and it's an evaluation period where they go out and you see a bunch of offers go out. You see the assistant coaches go out on the road and see guys at their schools during spring practice. So that's another thing that could get affected. But basically, it's just a dead period. We're still seeing offers go out. Coaches are I know the coaches are sending out some recruiting graphics to some of their big targets and staying active and staying in touch. So recruiting goes on. Obviously spring practice has been significantly affected and everything else, but recruiting continues. During this kind of unprecedented period.
Yeah, and it's definitely an unprecedented period for recruiting, and Alabama in an unprecedented place, meaning that they are currently sitting at number 50 with one commit. Is this the perfect storm where Nick Saban really you talk about having an uphill battle with regaining momentum?
Yeah, obviously this doesn't help. There's a lot of visits coming up this month in March. I mean, this is one of the busier recruiting periods of the year, typically with spring practice getting going. Obviously, they would have been on spring break now, but that's still we still see visitors come on campus throughout the week, and then obviously a bunch once spring practice kicks back up. And so that was going to be an opportunity to really build some momentum and get things going. And so that's kind of taken a hit a little bit, but a lot of the guys that they were recruiting, a lot of them had kind of built timelines that were kind of aimed more towards late spring, summer. I think everyone's just trying to kind of get an idea of how they're going to approach this. We've seen some recruits go ahead and just commit because it's not really clear, when all this is going to end or how this is going to affect the season, or the recruiting calendar for the summer and all sorts of things like that. So I think everyone's still kind of figuring out how to get a handle. Like I said, it doesn't help, but I don't think there's a huge panic on Alabama's end in terms of just having one commit, considering the fact that they're in pretty good shape for a lot of guys. They've built a lot of inroads on guys. Just a couple weeks ago, they had 3 commitments that are in the top 15, so it's not like this huge drop. They've had a couple of hits with Latrell McCutcheon decommitting and Drake May flipping, but they're in a good spot with several guys, and we'll see how this continues on, and if eventually guys can get back on campus. But I think they're set up to eventually make a run, later this spring, early summer, depending on whether this recruiting calendar opens back up.
All right, we got Pat, you're in with Hank South 247 Sports. What's on your mind, man?
Good morning, gentlemen. Let's get back to some normalcy. Let's talk about Kool-Aid. That I want, and because the fact that we're going after the 2020 season, that we're going to have wide receivers going to the NFL. We're going to have kick returners going to the NFL, and we're going to have a major need for a defensive back, a kick returner, or a wide receiver, and this kid plays all of them pretty well. Hank, what are you thinking?
Yeah, there's been kind of, early on the thought was, Auburn for Quincy McKinstry, just obviously, his former head coach Patrick Nix, former Auburn player, and they offered early, and then kind of the conversation shifted to Clemson. I think this past fall when he took a visit out there and got an offer and seemed to like them a lot, but I think Bama's always been right there for him. I think I know he has a really close relationship with Carl Scott. He's been to campus almost a dozen times. And then obviously, now his head coach at Pinson Valley, Sam Shea, the former Alabama player. And so, he's not going to push kids anywhere, but, it doesn't hurt to have that, former Alabama player as your head coach that can also answer questions about kind of what it's like being a player at Alabama and things like that. He was going to come back for a couple spring practices in the coming weeks. So, visits were in place for him to get back after he was on campus for Junior Day in February. And I actually, I kind of like where Bama sits for him at this point. A lot of people are kind of panicking because, there's people think that Bama's not in play for a bunch of these five-star kids. But, I think he's actually really, really high on Alabama. And I think they might actually, maybe even potentially have an edge for him at this point in the process. And again, we're not really clear how the situation right now we're in is going to affect things and decisions. I think he's a guy that, we could see make a decision in the spring. So, we'll keep an eye on him going forward, but, I like where Bama stands.
All right. Gotcha, Hank. Well, anyway, hey, like you said, normal. We want to get back to normal, Martin.
All right.
Want to get back to normal where you're preaching to a live congregation. Normal. All right. Hey, have a blessed day, fellas. Thank you, Hank. Bye-bye.
Well, by the way, my congregation will still be alive on Sunday. I love it because, but we can all gather in one place. But I think everybody watching on Facebook Live will definitely be live. So, hey, Hank, I'm not going to hold you long this morning. I do want to give you let our listeners know, because this is sort of like, we're going to be talking with Jim Page, the president of the West Alabama Chamber of Commerce, here in a few minutes about shopping local, staying engaged. I know you guys, with recruiting being shut down, sometimes people can think that means you all are going to stop working, but you guys will still be at them. So tell our listeners what you have coming for them and how they can stay in touch.
Yeah, surprisingly, it stayed, fairly. There's plenty of things to write about, at least this week with NFL free agency and all that. I mean, I don't anticipate that changing. I think we have a lot of great publishers in 24/7 Sports that, that there's still plenty of great content to come, both recruiting and even team and things to come throughout the spring. So we're kind of all banding together to kind of get to this period and see where things are at later on down the line. But, BamaOnline.com, we're doing 50% off, annual subscription promo right now. So, it's a good time to join and get in this community and, stay together during this time period. So great time to join, and I think we're going to keep on chugging along.
All right. Thanks, Hank. We'll catch up with you on next week.
Sure. Thanks, Farm.